Good afternoon. I'm going to call the regular council land use meeting to order. And on the agenda, if I could have an adoption, first commercial, industrial, agricultural land use application number 1.
Move the recommendation.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On the zoning, move first.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move second.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move public hearing set for Monday, February 2nd.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move the recommendation on number 2.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On the zoning bylaw, move first.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move second.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move public hearing set for Monday, February 2nd.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move the recommendation on number 3.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On the zoning bylaw, move first.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed?
Move
Carried.
second.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move public hearing set for Monday, February 2nd.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Number 4.
Move planning recommendations on 4.
Seconder?
Second.
I'd just say that I'm going to support this public hearing because I did read that the Panorama Ridge Association is supporting it. So this particular application in this area, so hopefully that's accurate.
Okay. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On the zoning, move first.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move second.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move public hearing be set for Monday, February 2nd.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
And move planning
Number
recommendations on 5.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move
Number
planning
6.
recommendations on 6.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On the zoning, move first.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move second.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move public hearing be set for Monday, February 2nd.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
I'm going to move
Number
C1 for items referred back. Move planning recommendations.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
And move third reading on number C1.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Number 2? Or wait.
Madam Mayor, I'll move it to put it on table.
Second.
Second, it's on table. All those in favor of...
Did you want some discussion?
Do you want to speak to it? Councillor Gill?
Madam Mayor, I understand this particular application has gone back and forth to the community a couple times, and I'm just concerned. I just want to provide some clarification or get some clarification from staff in terms of Cloverdale Community Association. They were also present at the last public hearing when we heard this application first. I know it was sent back for further consultation with the public. I just want to understand if, in fact, just to get the clarity, if in fact that staff had an opportunity to speak to the Cloverdale Community Association on this particular application.
Madam Planner?
Madam Mayor, as requested by Council, the applicant did conduct a public information meeting. The applicant sent a letter of invite to all of the property owners that are within the mailing notice for the public hearing, as well as to the Cloverdale Community Association representative. I can't confirm whether or not anyone from the association was at the public information meeting, however.
Thanks, Madam Planner.
Madam Mayor, if I may, in terms of this particular application, I know that I was reviewing this application with, in fact, from someone on Cloverdale Community Association, and you know, some of the comments that they had is that they were concerned again in terms of the traffic, obviously, and again the ability to create suites, and we did have some clarification whether you could put in ground basement suites in this particular subdivision or not. But that being said, I'm just a little bit confused in terms of moving north on this project. When you're looking at the subdivision to the immediate south, it's RF lots that are considerably bigger, and we've got the RF12 lots that are onto the north, and I understand that subdivision was completed in 2003, so I'm just having some difficulty understanding what that transition looks like, but it appears that many of the lots that are being proposed are in fact much smaller than the RF12 lots to the north, so just looking for that clarity from planning, if I could, please.
Madam Planner, can you speak to the lot sizing and to the north and
The transition.
the transition? They look the same size to me.
Madam Mayor, the lots on the north side of 61B Avenue are zoned RF12, and as Councillor Gill indicated, they were approved in 2003. These lots, and this is the actual subdivision plan for those lots, they are slightly bigger than the lots that are proposed into this application. They are 440 square meters in area, those on the north side of 61B. And the applicant is proposing lots that are greater than the minimum lot size for RF12, but smaller than what they are across the street. Their widths are the same, it's the depth that is different on the south side of the street. And in terms of interface with the single family, it's rear yard interface with the proposed lots and the existing RF lots that are to the south.
Councillor Gill?
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Councillor Hain?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I recall at the public hearing that a significant portion of the delegations that came were concerned about the traffic flow going out to 169th Street versus 170. Now, I know that in the NCP, 169th Street was designated as the street to take this traffic, but I wondered if we looked at 170th at all as being a more appropriate street to turn the traffic out onto, and that's my first question. The second question is, has this plan changed at all since the last time it came to us, other than the offer of more public consultation? I'm just wondering if there's been any substantive changes to the layout or anything at all.
Madam Planner?
Madam Mayor, there's been no change to the proposed layout. What we've confirmed is the sidewalks that will be installed along 169th Street. Currently, there are no sidewalks, and the applicant will be required to install the sidewalks along the frontage of their site, and they will be requested to install those that go over the remainder of the block. However, the city will be funding this portion. And in terms of the layout itself, it has not changed.
That sidewalk portion was raised at the public hearing, as I recall, going down to 61. Okay. Councillor?
No, thank you, Madam Mayor.
What is the wish of council?
Madam Mayor, if I may. This particular project, the way it sits right now, I just do have some hesitations in terms of what's being proposed in terms of density, and given the correspondence that I received from Cloverdale Community Association not being part of the process, certainly I'm not sure if in fact that they should have been invited or not, so that aside, I still would like staff to kind of look at some options in terms of reviewing it with the Cloverdale Community Association. I know that in the last public information meeting, it appears that there is no significant options there's no significant opportunities outside of what was being presented here today, and I'm not sure if there's any other traffic patterns that would be able to alleviate some of the concerns that were expressed at the public hearing. I do recall that we had a number of individuals that came out from this particular neighborhood and were quite upset with what was being proposed. So just on the side of caution, I am requesting that in fact, when looking at what other options, if any, are available in terms of road access and being able to divert some of the traffic to 170th Street, and also in that request is looking at how we could work with the community and specifically the Cloverdale Community Association amongst the immediate community there.
I think, Councillor Gill, we're going to have to be a little more specific in terms of what our expectation is of staff, since we sent it back and it has come back. Are you asking for a very specific public information meeting to include the directors of the Cloverdale
Absolutely.
Association?
Madam Mayor, I think that density without question is a concern from the community, so I'm not convinced that the density that is being proposed, I'm not suggesting that the RF12 lots are not appropriate, but really the transition between the RF and the RF12s, I do have concerns with that specifically, and I'm also looking to be able to engage the Cloverdale Community Association in terms of the project itself.
Okay. Do I have a seconder for that? Second by Councillor Little. Okay, all those in favor? Opposed? That is carried. Number 3.
Move the housing agreement on 3.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On the bylaw, move first on the housing agreement.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move second.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
And move third.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. And bylaws. H1.
Move final adoption on 1.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Final adoption on 2.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move that.
Resolution on North Cloverdale.
Move the amendment on North Cloverdale, West
Second.
River Concept Plan.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move final adoption.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On 3, move final adoption.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move final adoption on 4.
Second.
Councillor Billen.
Thank you. I just want some clarification from staff because this development in Ocean Park, I know, went through the Community Association and we went through a very specific public hearing and they've addressed, looks like a number of the issues, particularly around traffic calming. But I noticed there's a change in agent. So I don't know whether that means there's a change in the person that's going to develop the property or just an agent that's working with this application. But what I want to ensure is that what went through public hearing and now through staff, what is said it needs to be done is going to be done even if there's been a change of ownership. Because I just want some clarification because I know there's properties that come through council, they get rezoning and then they are sold again and then council has no say on the development. So I just want to make sure that what's being stated here, even though there's a change in agent, that will be carried forward.
Madam Platter.
Madam Mayor, my understanding is still being operated by the same person, same agent, same applicant, Mr. Evans. We have been dealing with him up till even now. In terms of why there's a change in agent, I don't have the information or I don't know what is behind it, but we can certainly clarify that and let council know what the situation is.
So what is an agent in contrast to an applicant or a developer?
Agent is the one that is representing the owner.
Okay.
Or sometimes they have an option on the property while they are applying for the application.
So if there's an option on the property and we now go through final adoption, I just want to ensure that what's being passed here is what's going on the property.
I I do not have that information exactly because I'm not the agent. I'm not the kind of, I don't know the dealings in terms of the applicant itself. But in terms of the person that we've been dealing with, is the same person, Mr. Evans, that we have been dealing with up till now.
So just for my comfort level, if we pass final adoption, whether if it's sold, because that property is just optioned, if it's sold to someone else, will this same project go on that piece of property with the kinds of suggestions that planning has for traffic calming, etc.? Will that still be stipulated?
Yes, it all will still be part of the condition.
Oh, okay. For
Yes.
final?
Yes, and also for the subdivision too.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'll call the question then. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On 4, move permit approval.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Number 5.
Move the amendment to the North Grandview Heights NCP area plan.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move final adoption.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. DVP, or development permit? Number
Move the
8.
permit approval.
Second.
I need a development permit on number 5. The permit approval on 5.
Move permit approval on 5.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move final adoption on 6.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move permit approval on 6.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On 7, move permit approval.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On 8, move permit approval.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move adjournment. Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.